Hi everybody, Storyteller Steve here, and I'm going to be checking out the Demiplane Nexus for the Player's Guide, which was just released as of recording today. So I've already logged into the Demiplane. I'm going to go into the Nexus and do some vampire stuff. I can browse my library, which I believe is updated to the Player's Guide, and there it is right there. There is everything. I haven't actually checked this out yet completely, or at all today. It just got released, but it looks like they've got everything. I have a PDF Player's Guide, but there's everything. There's the predator types that are updated. The discipline powers have all been updated. Touchstones, there's a lot of touchdown information there. The memorum rules, the ideas for projects, consider play guides, which are always good. It's really good that they have the playing with Malacavians thing, because a lot of not good things come from playing Malkavians wrong. Allies, contacts, fame, haven, influence, new merits and flaws. Let's check out the coterie types. I haven't really checked through that much. And you can click on them, and then it opens up this panel on the side. So you can actually see, like, there's the different things. You can open up blood splatters if you want, which is the little preamble in the Player's Guide. Clans, you can open up all the different clans. And we, at Vancouver by Night and with New Blood, we've been using the Demiplane Nexus like extensively, and you can see the discipline powers, the different clans. All the clans are listed here. They have like a little bit more description there. The clan sheet shows all the clans. Let's see, the Clan Bane variants, which are amazing. One of the things that they do suggest is using either one or the other, but I think it adds a little bit more flavor to the game. Just a bit of a homebrew on my part would be to have the players pick which one you want at the beginning of the game, and that's what their characters are affected by in the Clan Banes. And then, like, they suggest that you should do it where if, like, that's what the game decides, you go with that one. I just have it dependent on the NPC. Some Banu Hakim, for example, have the one Clan Bane, some have the other. I think it adds a little bit more spice to the game to not know exactly which Clan Bane you're dealing with. All the Clan Banes are there. Got characters, how to make characters, the summary sheet. There's a lot of great predator types in here. The attributes kind of has a bunch of stuff in there, like descriptions. You can click on any of these and it opens up a thing saying, like, okay, if you have this much in this, you can have that much in that. Awareness, for example, which is a definite thing that everybody needs to definitely use for that particular stuff. And I just realized now that my head is blocking that, so I apologize. I can't really scroll down any further, but you can see level 5s there. Um, Animalism, presence, dominate, disciplines, allies. Haven, for example, has a description of what the haven is. The herd, you can see more stuff there. The clan summary sheet, which is up above. Thin blood characteristics. Opens up a bunch of stuff, and you can close this tab over here for herd. The advanced systems, scenes and modes. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to play the game. There's no wrong way to play the game necessarily, but I find that if you spice up the scenes with the odd description here and there, like I keep mentioning that Vancouver has rain-slicked streets, but it's not actually raining, which is basically winter in Vancouver, let's be honest. But it kind of brings in a bit of a mode, because in, like, for example, The Crow movie with Brandon Lee way back when, it wasn't raining all the time, which is where they kind of got the point of it can't rain all the time. But there were scenes where even when it wasn't raining, the streets were all wet, everything was kind of dark, mysterious. Downtime. Downtime I find super useful if you're running a LARP. That way you can send in like intention sheets to your storytellers. Freeform, dice detailed, extended tests. Cascading tests. Teamwork, total failure. One roll. The one rule that I find kind of useful is if your dice pool like maxed is like 5 and you only need 2 successes, you just take half of your dice pool in successes and there you go, you're done. That is an extremely useful rule, but I find sometimes that a lot of the players like to roll dice just to see if they got it, or to see what comes up if there's like a bestial failure or like a messy crit. That's always fun. It adds a little bit to the story when you do that. Planning your chronicle. All of this stuff is incredibly useful for how you want to plan a chronicle. For planning chronicles, I generally start with a bunch of NPCs. First you got to figure out which city it's in, and then you can, kind of build out from there. Relationship maps are super useful. If you kind of go, okay, so if the Ventru Permingen is allied with the Tremere, for example, right, and then somebody moves against the Tremere, then the Ventru will also kind of be on side because he doesn't want his ally to go down, type thing. And if it's useful to try to plot that out beforehand, that way when the players show up, because the players are going to try to mess with your plans, not intentionally, but they're going to try to do some stuff that you simply don't have plans for. And relationship maps are kind of a really good thing to fall back on, and just in case they completely and utterly, like, say, for example, diablerize an NPC of yours. I'm not pointing any fingers, adjacent coterie, but that tends to happen occasionally. So if that throws a little monkey wrench in your plans, then you can kind of fall back on certain things and go, okay, this particular NPC is taken out, so they're going to have these different allies or these different enemies all try to kind of move in on their territory that's now opened up. Um, Second Inquisition in Chronicles. The Second Inquisition book is actually really good for that. Church and State, Camarilla, Anarchs, lore sheets. Lore sheets are great. I really like lore sheets. They just add a little bit of I don't know what to like a character. They add a little bit more. You can play around with it. You can sometimes even turn some of the bonuses that you get into negatives. Circulatory system. Let's just have all of my players right now. If you're watching this video, just scroll on by. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Convention of Thorns. Appendices. Let's see. Different types of chronicles. Default chronicle. Different styles of play. Secrets within secrets. This is very important, I would say, for any potential storyteller. Like if you're a storyteller, even like not just the player's guide. But if you need some secrets, plan out some of your NPCs so that they can have secrets. And if, say, for example, some of those secrets come out during the course of play, try to figure out at least one or two NPCs that will, the way that those NPCs, the way you've set them up, will react to those secrets coming out. Will they react negatively? Will it be like, this NPC has dirt on this other NPC? How will that other NPC react when the dirt is out in the open under the spotlight? You know, like just sort of sprinkle a little bit of stuff like that in. Like it's a little seasoning for the plot line. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. The player's guide is great. I highly recommend checking it out on Demiplane. And you go to like the Nexus. I've got the Vampire the Masquerade Nexus here. Another thing that's really useful about Demiplane, you can click on Discipline Powers here, and it shows you like an alphabetical order of all the disciplines. But up on the top, you can click on various individual ones. Like if you just wanted, if your player's like, okay, I'm going to use my obfuscate power, you can go bam, obfuscate. There it is. All the obfuscate powers right there. You just click on the one you want. If they're like, okay, I'm going to go with Mask of 1,000 Faces, you click on it. It's like, okay, it's one rouse check. No test is required. One scene. Bing, bang, boom. Super easy. Amazingly awesome, like just tool in your tool chest for any storyteller running a game or even a player. That way you don't have to like write down a bunch of stuff on your character sheet, because I usually do that. I did that a lot before I got the Demiplane Nexus. I got it basically like if there was a power that I was using, like say for example Auspex, and it was like, okay, Premonition, I would write down, okay, it's Resolve plus Auspex, it's free or arouse check, it's passive. But now I don't have to. Now it is, I don't really have to do it. Spirit's Touch, which is an OS1 intelligence and Auspex. I would just make sure that when I wrote down the discipline on my character sheet, I'd write down what the actual roles would be. But yeah, this is super useful. And if you watch the show, there was a couple of times where I've been like, I won't say caught flat-footed, but it was just like, I have so many rules I have to try to keep track of with the game. Like most games have a massive rule system that you have to keep track of. And it's just, they ask me, okay, what do I roll for this? And I'm like, give me one sec. I'm just going to go check Demiplane. And it is amazingly useful. I would highly suggest everybody getting a hold of it. If you watch our show fairly regularly, occasionally we do giveaways for Demiplane Nexuses. So keep apprised of that situation. Follow us on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Blue Skies, etc. And I think we're at Van City by Night everywhere. So keep an eye on that, and we will see you when we record a new episode.